Year 10, we're really excited to have you back in school with us. And everyone at Mossley Hollins is working hard to ensure that we have everything in place to keep you safe when you return to our building on the week commencing 22nd of June. With the help of our head students, we're going to explain the protocols for your return to school. You will of course be expected to uphold our core values as always and to respect the Mossley Hollins way. So on your return we will expect to see you in correct uniform with black school shoes, not trainers. As we are now into the summer uniform, there is no expectation to wear your school jacket, but please do not replace with an alternative. If you do wish to wear a jacket, it must be your school one. To ensure that we take a safe and sensible approach, it is even more important that we come to school prepared with our own equipment, so that we can ensure that sharing of equipment between students is avoided to prevent the risk of spreading the virus. So please make sure that you have all that you need and that you have cleaned it in preparation for your return. We strongly recommend that you bring with you a packed lunch. This will help reduce movement around the building and avoid the sharing of utensils. Whilst there will be a catering service in school, this will be in the form of grab bags containing sandwiches, fruit and a drink. In addition to your packed lunch, you may wish to bring a snack for your morning break. But please note, the water fountains in school will not be in use. We therefore recommend that you bring bottles of water with you to drink throughout the day.
I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce myself as the new head of Year 10. I feel extremely privileged to take on this role once again to support and nurture you and prepare you to enter the last academic year of your studies at Mossley Hollins. This role has always been a challenging and exciting experience for me. There will be lots of concerns and questions for us to consider together as a partnership between home and school. But rest assured, I will strive to provide the best possible academic and pastoral guidance in the coming months to help ensure that you secure the best possible grades at the end of your Mossley Hollins education. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Ms Sharp on your behalf. She's been an excellent head of year over the past 4 years. You would not be the amazing year group you are without her hard work and dedication during this time.
We're really looking forward to welcoming you back, but it's going to feel very different than it did before school closed. The government rules mean that only a quarter of you can come in at any one time, and class sizes have to be much smaller. Each day around 36 of you will come into school, where you'll be divided into 3 groups of 12. Your group, or bubble, will have a colour code, and you'll wear a coloured lanyard to show this. You'll remain in that group throughout the day for lessons, for break and for lunchtime. Group A will be in school each Monday, and in the first week on Friday morning. Group B will attend each Tuesday and will also come in on Friday morning in week 2, and so on. School will be closed for a deep clean each Friday afternoon, except for the key worker and vulnerable children. The school day will begin at 8:55 and you should not arrive before that. The lessons will end at 2:30. You'll be told exactly when you should be in school and where you should line up. We're relying on your maturity and common sense to make sure that you follow the routines to the letter. Each Friday, one of the groups will come in again for lessons in Spanish and history or geography. We'll let you know when this will be you. Towards the end of the term, you'll have longer lessons in your option subjects, and Miss Riddy will show you more. Our school rules are always important, but now we're dealing with a very serious virus. Whilst we're delighted to have you back, there have to be very strict rules to minimise the risk of infection or transmission to others. We'll do everything possible to protect you, the teachers and support staff.
As we know, Public Health England has recommended that we all maintain social distancing, even when travelling to and from school, keeping a 2-metre distance from others at all times. We are also advised to avoid using public transport wherever possible. Students should therefore walk or cycle to school. Avoid arriving any earlier than 8:55, ready to start lessons at 9 a.m. If it is not possible to walk or cycle, and you are therefore being dropped off by a parent or carer, we ask that you are dropped off on the school drive and that you do not share lifts with friends. If you must travel on public transport, please note that from Monday 15th of June, you must wear a face covering. This can be made at home from a t-shirt or any piece of cloth, or you will not be permitted to travel. Whilst travelling on public transport, you must also strictly adhere to social distancing rules. Keep 2 metres away from others as much as possible. At the start of the school day, you should arrive to school on foot where possible and proceed down the steps to the bridge no earlier than 8:55. You will be met by a member of staff who will issue you with a coloured lanyard. You must line up as directed by staff within your colour group. There will be a line at each side of the bridge and another outside of the MFL block. The bridge and other spaces around school will be marked out with tape to help you to maintain a 2 metre distance from each other. On entrance to school, you will be asked to wash your hands. Remember that this should be for 20 seconds. Water, soap, water, rinse and dry.
You will work in one of 3 classrooms that opens into a home base. Each desk is placed remotely from the others, and there's a safe gap between them. Your teacher will teach from the front, but will also be able to safely circulate between you. Before you come into your teaching zone, you'll be asked to wash your hands, and sanitisers are also provided in each space. You will remain in your zone for all your lessons, and the teachers will come to you. This will ensure that you can maintain a safe social distance at all times. At break and lunch time, you'll remain in your bubble in specific designated areas. Mrs. Din will tell you more about this.
We have additional signage in school to remind everyone about the need for social distancing and have markers in place to help students and staff to ensure that they keep the 2 metre distance at all times from each other. Whilst on the stairs, students should keep 4 steps away from the student behind or the student in front. We have identified 3 separate spaces for the different coloured groups in school. Students must remain in their coloured group throughout the day. This includes entrance to school, break and lunchtime.
In the first week, you will have lessons with specialist teachers in English, Maths and Science. You will also have lessons in History, Geography and Spanish if you study those subjects. Make sure you read your letter carefully to know which days you are expected in. You will get the opportunity to spend longer sessions with your other subjects and teachers in the final weeks of this term. Details of this will follow later. It is essential that you attend the sessions we invite you to, if you are able. If you do not attend, you will miss vital learning that will support your remote learning and is of course essential to your GCSE studies and will have an impact on your final grades. For the first part of your lesson, you will recap on the learning that you've already been doing remotely and be given the opportunity to ask questions and review anything you have struggled with. You will then be taught new content or topics that are best taught with the teacher's input and presence. Finally, the last part of the lesson will be preparing you for the remote learning that you will complete for that subject for the rest of the week. The remote learning that you do at home is essential. It is the most important learning that you will do. You must complete it before your next face-to-face session with a teacher. It is what will help you to maintain and raise your grades. It is a compulsory part of your education and will take up the 4 days of the week when you are not in the school building. Thank you to those of you, and it is so many of you, who have completed your work diligently at home for the past few months. By doing this, you are giving yourself the best chance at success in your final exams. We look forward to seeing you and being able to help you and support your learning as we move forward.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that this short video has helped to reassure you of the measures in place to keep you safe on your return. Just remember, we are in this together, and together we must make sure that we follow all of these measures safely and sensibly. So to recap, we are really excited about your return and can't wait to see you. Students will return to school in summer uniform. This needs to be clean. Remember, you don't have to wear your school jacket, but you have to wear black shoes and not trainers. Please come prepared with your own clean equipment. Please bring packed lunch or snacks if you can, but remember, grab bags will be available to purchase from school if you can't. Please bring bottled water or reusable bottles. This is to ensure that you keep hydrated during the day, but the water fountain will not be in use. You will need to be told when you are expected to be in school and what group you will be placed in. You must remain within this coloured group throughout the day. We need to ensure a safe and sensible approach. If you are unwell or display symptoms, you will need to remain at home. However, if this is the case, you can continue work at home if you are well enough. Your education is really important. Over the summer term, your time will be in school with a blend of home learning too. Further information about the final weeks of the summer term will be shared with you in due course. This is in line with the latest government guidelines and from the local authority. Future letters and videos will also contain information about what will happen in September when we have further information from the government. And lastly, please take care, stay safe, and we will see you all very soon.
Thank you so much for your time. We're really excited about you returning next week, and we're looking forward to seeing you.